Creating a 3D ice cream cone with cardstock. Hey everyone! Today I am sharing how I built this awesome 3D ice cream cone from scratch. I used white and yellow cardstock to give it some weight and texture. It was a total blast to make. And here is exactly how it came together in 3 simple steps. Step 1. Design and print. First I started with the digital design. I needed 2 main parts, a crisp waffle cone and a delicious-looking scoop of ice cream with chocolate sauce and sprinkles. I chose yellow cardstock for the base to give the cone that golden brown, sturdy feel right out of the printer. Then I used white cardstock for the ice cream scoop to ensure the red and brown colors stayed vibrant and popped against the background. Once the alignment looked good on my screen, I hit print and let the cardstock do the heavy lifting for the colors. Step 2. Precision cutting. Next came the manual work. Using a pair of sharp scissors, I carefully cut out the cone and the scoop. To give it that authentic handcrafted look, I followed the edges closely but was not afraid of a little texture. If you look closely at the white cardstock layer under the red ice cream, I left a little bit of a border. This creates a cool halo effect that makes the different flavors look like they are actually stacked on top of each other, rather than just being a flat image. Step 3. Layering for depth. The final step is where the magic happens, which is the assembly. Instead of just gluing everything flat, I layered the pieces to create depth. I positioned the red scoop so it sits slightly over the rim of the yellow cone. By using cardstock, the paper is thick enough to hold its shape without curling. I made sure the drip of the chocolate sauce lined up perfectly. And once the glue dried, I had a sturdy, colorful ice cream cone that looks good enough to eat. And that is it. A little bit of digital design, some bright cardstock, and a bit of cutting and pasting. It is a super satisfying project that proves you do not need much to create something fun. Thanks for listening. Hey everyone. Today I am sharing how I built this awesome 3D ice cream cone from scratch. I used white and yellow cardstock to give it some weight and texture. It was a total blast to make. And here is exactly how it came together in 3 simple steps. Step 1. Design and print. First I started with the digital design. I needed 2 main parts, a crisp waffle pattern for the cone, and a whimsical, slightly irregular shape for the ice cream scoop. For the waffle pattern, I focused on sharp, evenly spaced lines, mimicking a real baked cone, adding a subtle digital gradient for depth and those beautiful golden brown hues. Next, for the ice cream scoop, I aimed for that delightful organic look. Instead of a perfect sphere, I designed a series of undulating, cloud-like layers that would stack to form a realistic, overflowing scoop. I experimented with different sizes and curves until I found a playful and inviting combination, creating individual pieces that would give the illusion of soft, swirling ice cream when assembled. After finalizing both designs, it was time to print. I chose sturdy cardstock, white for the scoop, great for vanilla or coloring, and a light yellow for the cone, a perfect base for the waffle pattern. Printing on cardstock is crucial for rigidity, so use high-quality settings. Quick tip, always do a test print on regular paper first to check sizing. Once printed, I carefully cut out all the pieces. Precision here makes a big difference, so take your time with a sharp craft knife or scissors. This initial stage lays the entire foundation for your edible-looking masterpiece. With all our pieces meticulously cut, we move on to step 2, bringing the cone to life. This is where flat paper transforms into a 3-dimensional object. For the waffle cone, I took the printed cardstock and gently curled it into a cone shape, much like a party hat, but with more finesse. The key is a smooth, even curve. Rolling it around a cylindrical object, like a marker before applying adhesive, really helps achieve that perfect shape without awkward creases. Once I had the desired cone shape, I secured the overlapping edges. A strong craft glue works wonders, but good quality double-sided tape is a quicker option. Apply adhesive along one straight edge, then carefully bring the other edge over to meet it, pressing firmly to create a secure seam. Hold it in place until the glue sets or tape adheres. You want this base to be solid and stable, ready to support our delicious-looking scoop. To enhance realism, I gently scored along some of the printed lines on the outside of the cone. This isn't strictly necessary, but it adds subtle depth and texture, making the waffle pattern pop and feel authentic. Those little details elevate a craft project. If you're feeling extra creative, you could even use a light brown marker to gently shade the edges, mimicking a toasted look. Remember, we're aiming for that irresistible, freshly baked aesthetic. This step is all about patience and precision, ensuring your cone is perfectly formed and ready for its sweet cargo. Now for the most exciting part, step 3, crafting the ice cream scoop and bringing our entire creation together. This is where your ice cream cone truly takes on its personality. Remember those whimsical cloud-like layers we designed? It's time to assemble them. I started by gently curling each individual layer of the white cardstock scoop. Think about a real scoop's soft, rounded edges and irregular form. To achieve this, I used a ruler's edge or my fingers to gently bend and shape the cardstock, giving it a natural, organic curve. Avoid sharp folds. Aim for soft, flowing contours. Once each layer had a nice curve, I began stacking them. I started with the largest layer at the bottom, attaching it to the top opening of our cardstock cone. Strong craft glue is essential. Apply a thin bead around this cone's rim and carefully place the first scoop layer, pressing gently to secure it. Then I progressively added smaller layers, slightly offsetting each one to create that beautiful, swirling, overflowing effect. It's like building a delicious paper mountain. Experiment with placement. The goal is to make it look abundant and inviting. To add realism, consider flavor. My design was white for vanilla, but you could use colored cardstock or paint your white pieces before assembly. Imagine a vibrant pink strawberry or a rich brown chocolate scoop. I kept my vanilla simple, letting the 3D form speak for itself. Finally, for that ultimate touch of sweetness, I added tiny cardstock sprinkles. These were small, thin strips of various colored cardstock glued randomly onto the top scoop. A little red cardstock cherry could also add a classic finish. These small embellishments truly bring the piece to life and make it look incredibly appetizing, even though it's made of paper. Once all layers were securely glued and embellishments in place, I let the entire ice cream cone dry completely for stability. And there you have it, a stunning, three-dimensional ice cream cone, crafted entirely from cardstock, ready to brighten any space or serve as a delightful prop. It's amazing what you can create with paper, glue, and imagination. Wasn't that a fun journey? From a flat digital design to a wonderfully tactile 3D ice cream cone, it's a project that truly sparks joy and creativity. I hope seeing this process has inspired you to try your hand at crafting something equally delightful. It's a fantastic way to explore design, practice precision, and end up with a charming piece that's uniquely yours. Remember, the beauty of crafting is in the process as much as the final product. And there's no limit to the variations you can explore with different colors, textures, and embellishments. Thank you so much for joining me today and for taking the time to watch this creative adventure unfold. If you enjoyed this tutorial and want to see more fun DIY projects, please consider giving this video a thumbs up, sharing it with a friend, and hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future creations. Until next time, happy crafting!